Hi, my name is Elizabeth Crow, and I am serving as the president of the League of Women Voters of Boulder County. We have been, the League of Women Voters is a national organization, and we've been around since 1920. We're founded by suffragists, women who had been working for decades to try to get the right of women to vote. And in 1920, when the 19th Amendment passed, it granted that hard-won right for white women to vote. That's something that we acknowledge in the League as a part of our both wonderful and also really disturbing history of racism in this country. And it impacted the suffrage movement as well. But the League of Women Voters has been working for that time to really make sure that all women and all people have the right and the desire and the knowledge to be able to vote and fully participate in our democratic process. The years, we've done a lot of work to really reach out to voters, including first-time voters, people who are new citizens, new Americans, people across the ages, to really help encourage them to register to vote, to understand what that process looks like and how to engage in the voting and election process, and also to really be informed on all of the issues, including ballot issues that appear on the ballot, so that they're familiar with candidates. We're a nonprofit organization, and we do not support or oppose individual candidates or political parties. But we do take action on advocacy and advocate on policy issues. And we do that through a study process where we have organizational positions that range from national security to environmental and climate issues to women's reproductive rights and much, much more, gun safety, housing and health policies, you name it. So we have a lot to draw upon to help advocate for these positions on ballot issues. But mostly, we just want to provide community members with enough analysis so you can make your own decisions. As we do that every election season, and we hear back from community members we have for years that they really value the League of Women Voters for our nonpartisan approach, for a very fact-based approach with information that they can trust to enable them to be able to vote smart by making their own choices. Yeah, so several different things. One, I'll start with our voter outreach work, which again this year has really been outstanding. We were limited in many ways during COVID from engaging in person with the community, but we have a wonderful team of voter service and voter outreach leaders, lots of volunteers who have been at dozens of events all over the community, including at libraries, at community events like Juneteenth, the women's marches that have taken place in Boulder, many Dia de los Muertos events, Latino festivals, Juneteenth, at film screenings, you name it. This team has really been out there and forging new and deeper relationships with other nonprofit agencies that are serving community members who are too often forgotten or left behind when it comes to voter outreach and access. So we've also worked to deepen relationships and expand relationships among staff and among students on campuses, be it Front Range Community College, CU, etc. And we do that in consultation with other organizations in the community that are also doing voter outreach to make sure that we're really trying to complement each other's efforts and not duplicate. And through that, that kind of outreach, we let people know, again, what is going to be appearing on their ballot, get them information that they need to know about the issues, about how to register for their vote, make changes if necessary. One new feature for voting this year in Colorado and in Boulder County is access to a bilingual ballot. So we had communication there with the county clerk and recorder's office and with other organizations and community members to try to see what we can do to help make sure people know that that opportunity is available to them. It was a little bit of a rush process there at the end. And so we, and I know other organizations are really wanting to understand what worked well and what could be improved upon for future elections to enable our Spanish-speaking community members who are citizens and eligible to vote to use the language of their choice and of their heart when they step into the ballot box. A lot of these of our attention really has been focused on Longmont. While we serve all of Boulder County, there has been more of a need expressed and interest expressed by community members in Longmont who may not have quite the voter turnout levels as other parts of the county. And so there too is our strategy to try to be where everyone is who wants access to these resources and the history and the knowledge that we have in League through all of our members and from the organization itself. And specifically to go into places where there seems to be a greater need or greater desire for this kind of information and access. And part of that too is working with organizations that are led by and represent people who have been underrepresented in our political systems. So this includes nonprofit agencies that are serving and led by our Latino community members, organizations that are serving lower income community members, because community members are all equally important and valued, and that doesn't always really get represented when it comes to the attention from government officials or even other institutions when it comes to trying to let people know what their rights are and what their opportunities are to vote. We've really appreciated being able to connect with and engage with the Longmont Community Foundation. We think, and know that community foundations are really in many ways the lifeblood of our community, being able to connect people around important issues and help steer resources, information, and dollars to community needs. We have been a recipient of Longmont Community Foundation grants in the past. But whether or not we have a funding relationship, we just really value the way the Community Foundation can bring community members together in Longmont and beyond to understand and grapple and think about what solutions may be out there for the problems and concerns our community is facing.